Hello guys, as I promised you in the previous video, I want to share with you a couple of thoughts about the driving assistance package plus. If I remember correctly, I paid around, it cost around 1800 bucks roughly to add these capabilities. And so what you get is all the driver assistance, and we are talking about of course the now we'll show you everything, but the adaptive cruise control. As you can see here, we have this is the adaptive cruise control, and then if you click here on mode, you can choose between just adaptive cruise control, that is this one, or here the assisted driving. And when you click on assisted driving, actually the car of course is going to maintain the distance through the adaptive cruise control and the distance from the car in front of you, but it will also turn right, and of course keep the lane, maintain the lane. What is very interesting is that we're not talking about old systems, old packages like in the old Volvo or old Audi, that were once you set them as lane keep assistant, all they did was to bounce from one lane to the other. And so the ride was very unpleasant because the car was moving like this, bumping from one lane to the other. This, of course, is a sort of a version 2.0 where the car is actually keeping the lane. It's not maintaining the lane, but is actually the car stays in the center of the lane, which is of course very, very, very nice. Now I want to share with you how it works. I'm gonna go straight to the driving assistance rather than the only adaptive cruise control. The first thing that it's important to notice is that as you can see here, there is the icon set. Icon set says, okay, the speed limit is 65 miles per hour and we are driving at 60. Now the car will not automatically change the speed based on the speed limit. You need to click here on set, and it's gonna immediately adapt it. As you can see now, it brought it to 65 miles per hour. Anytime that the car identifies a change in the speed limit based on the sign, at that point the icon set will lights up, telling you, well, if you want, click on set, and at that point you will I will adjust the speed for you. Now I would have probably preferred, of course, the car changing the lane completely on her own. That's what I would have of course preferred. However, I think that in some instances it might be better, in my opinion, setting manually. So the car is telling you, hey, I can adjust the speed as long as you want. Think about all the situation in the highway where the speed, because of I don't know, any sort of work maintenance that they're doing on the road, drops from 65, 70 to 40, 45. A lot of times the traffic doesn't slow down, and if the car drops the speed significantly, I think that might be dangerous. So honestly, I agree on the decision of BMW on setting it manually. As you can see there now, the speed is 55. There is an icon set. If I click on set, boom, it adjusted it. And here we are. As you can see on the right side, my miles per gallon, as I was commenting in a previous video, it's almost 32, which is in my opinion insane for a car like this. I want to show you something else. If you want to turn, all you have to do is to push down the leverage here. I don't know how to call it. Only one step, not the two step, but only one. And if you hold it, the car is gonna then turn completely on her own, which is, in my opinion, beautiful. What can I tell you about this system? And I will be very, very honest with you. I come from a Tesla, and despite all the issues that the Tesla has, in my opinion, when it comes to the driving assistance that can provide you, I think that is one of the best. I tried many cars, and in my opinion, the assistance and the level of technology into the autopilot, it's just incredible. I gotta say that it's really, really amazing. I feel, however, that this system, the system that BMW has actually introduced, it's quite advanced. As you can see, the car is keeping the lane really well. As you can see, it's not bumping from one side to the other. It's keeping the lane really, really, really nice, in a nice way. Honestly, nothing to say. There are a few things that I want to point out for you. First, the BMW detects the driver in a different way compared to Tesla. BMW, as you can see now, is gonna turn yellow because I'm not touching the steering wheel. If I touch it, even with one finger, the car will detect me. When it comes to Tesla, I need to physically move the steering wheel in order for the car to actually realize that I am awake and I am aware and I'm looking at the street. I need to do that. Those are two different ways, of course. It goes a lot by preferences. I prefer what BMW offers, because a lot of times when it came to Tesla, I needed to, the car is telling you, hey, are you awake? And you try to turn a little bit in order for a car to detect you, and sometimes that deactivate the autopilot. In this case, if you just touch it with one finger, the car detects that you are there and you are awake. So on that point of view, I would prefer BMW. But there is a big limit that BMW has that Tesla doesn't have. Look at here in front of my car, as you can see. Sorry if the focus is not good, but the car has detected a car in front of her. Now, if you have an autopilot, the assistance on, and in front of you there is a car that is completely stopped, now a car that is not moving, the car, majority of the time, the car will not detect that car that is stopped, that can be at a traffic light. It will not. So the result is that if you do not brake, you're gonna go straight against the car. You're gonna hit the car. Because this system, unlike Tesla, does not detect objects in front of you that are not moving. That's, I think, is a big limit. On my Tesla, I had a couple of situations like what I was telling you, and pretty much every time was able to detect those cars in front of the Tesla, and it was able to brake in time. BMW doesn't do that. And like a few minutes ago, there was a traffic light in front of me, and the car did not brake. So I really I need to point that out as a limit that Tesla didn't have. Other than that, a very, very nice system for people that wants to buy a car, that are ordering this M4. I would highly recommend to get this system. It's expensive, but it gives you such a big peace of mind, because you have actually, the car is active, the car is there, is monitoring the environment, and is taking action to avoid accidents. And when a car is that expensive, I think is a huge plus. It's not as precise, as, let's say, clever, intelligent as what Tesla offers, but guys, it's really well done, very well calibrated, and it's just a pleasure driving with these assistants on. Another 10 minutes video for you guys. I'm trying to shorten my video, but anytime there are so many things that I want to share with you. But that's it. Those are my impressions about the driving assistance package. If you have any question, please drop a comment below, and I will be happy to comment.